guys, it's Vampire Mike from Sega CD Universe, and it's been one hell of a day. So I have some stuff here I want to talk about. Pickups video. Got a few DVDs, a few Blu-Rays, some really cool gifts. So just wanted to quickly run through them and see if you guys have seen any of them or know about them. So the first thing I got was a while ago in a box of movies that was given away for free was this Spawn Ultimate Collection. It looks to be 3 seasons of the Spawn cartoon, which I think is all there is. Very high ratings on this one. I watched, I think, either half of season 1, I think it is. It was pretty good. If you're into the series, it kind of has that Batman the Animated Series thing going on, but much grittier. There's sex and cursing and stuff. It was cool. Just to tie in with that, I went to the thrift store the other night with my wife, and we always have our son, obviously, so it's kind of hard to do certain things. But she was like, we used to go to like flea markets and thrift stores. Let's stop in by ourselves and really like look around. Okay, so I found Spawn on Blu-ray for $2.50, and I used to own it. I think it was my in-laws, and they got rid of it, and I took it. I think I ended up selling it or trading it for something. I think I never really rewatched it much, but I always kind of had a soft spot for this one. I'm not a huge John Leguizamo fan, but he hams it up so much in this movie that it's sort of like a fun movie. The CGI is really bad, but the movie's pretty fun. So that's the going with the Spawn theme. And then I picked these up for $1.75 a piece at the same thrift store. 3PW's Insane and Ready for Pain and Recipe for Disaster. The covers look something like loud pornography covers, but they're not. This is a lot of the ECW guys wrestling in 3PW, which I hadn't heard of. They seem to have ran shows at the ECW arena after ECW shut down. And I watched both of these, one of them in full and one of them partially, and I enjoyed it. They had some cool matches. Abdullah the Butcher, Raven, who's one of my favorites, Christopher Daniels, AJ Styles, Gary Wolf, which is Pitbull number 2, I want to say, or Pitbull, or the Pitbull technically, because the other one's sadly passed away. So this was pretty good, and I love finding old hardcore wrestling in the vein of ECW, just not XPW. That's terrible. Those DVDs are horrible. But so these were really cool to get. And then I picked up a couple Blu-rays online. I picked up The Rambler, which is a Calvin Lee Reader movie that I've watched and you'll see a review on in the near future. It's a weird one, kind of a David Lynch strange thing going on, so that was cool. I also picked up Blood-Sucking Pharaohs in Pittsburgh. This is a cheesy comedy horror, sort of in the vein of Hollywood Chainsaw Hookers. I have a review coming up on this one. This is really fun. If you haven't seen it, I recommend it. This Blu-ray's out of print. It's the region-free UK 88 Films edition. And then I picked up this from my buddy Jeff, Satan's Menagerie. This is one I didn't love, but it's very ambitious, and it was one of those kind of slow, weird ones from Vhshitfest or Vhshitfest that I wanted to watch again. So Jeff picked it up. He said he didn't love it, so he sold it to me for a good price, and he threw in some really, really cool stuff. So thank you, Jeff, for these freebies. He threw in Slimed, which was a really silly, kind of fun Troma comedy. He threw in Moonshine Meat Market Mayhem, which looks crazy. Have not seen this one yet. And he threw in A Cadaver Christmas, which I also have not seen. So I look very forward to watching some of these. So thank you very much again, Jeff. I appreciate it. So let me know, guys, what you've seen here, what you haven't seen, and if you like any of them or you're interested in them. I want to hear your input. Thanks, guys, for watching. It's Vampire Mike from Sega CD Universe. Be good. My brain is mush today, I swear. I also meant to show my buddy Brian, one of my closest friends, picked me up the Highlander 4K. I love this movie. It's a great, epic, kind of slightly cheesy movie that's aged pretty well, even though it has a goofiness to it. So he knew I wanted this around Christmas time. It was like $10, and I just had a bunch of like house bills and things come in, and I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna, buy myself anything right now. It's kind of stupid. And he he showed up the other day for dinner, and we hung out, and he goes, "Oh, I got you something." And he's like, "I had this since December." So I got rid of my Blu-ray. I'm going to trade it to a friend. And Highlander 4K, here I come.